Hey everyone, ready to dive into something pretty amazing.
I know I am.
You guys sent in this piece called The Science of Happiness, How to Train Your Brain to Be Happier.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
And honestly, it's got me thinking like, what if happiness isn't just some, random thing?
Yeah,
What if it's a skill?
right.
Like
Yeah.
something we can actually train ourselves to be better at?
Like a muscle you can work out.
Totally.
That's exactly what the source dives into.
Awesome. So where do we even begin?
Well, the source starts by breaking down happiness into two main
Two
types.
types. Okay, I'm listening.
You've got hedonic happiness and then you've got eudaimonic happiness.
Hedonic and eudaimonic.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to need a little help understanding those.
Sure. So hedonic happiness, think about like that instant gratification.
Okay.
The pure joy of like simple things,
Like what?
like biting into a really good slice of pizza.
Ooh, yeah.
Or when your favorite song comes on the radio.
Okay, yeah.
It's those sensory pleasures, the immediate good vibes.
That in the moment kind of happiness.
Exactly.
Got it. So then what's eudaimonic happiness all about?
Eudaimonic happiness, that's more about a deep sense of purpose.
Okay.
Meaning, in your life, it's the feeling you get when your life is aligned with your values.
I see.
Like, you're contributing to something bigger than yourself.
So it's more about the long games.
Yeah. Think about the feeling you get after you finish a challenging project,
Uh-huh.
or that deep contentment from having really strong relationships.
That makes sense.
So hedonic is like the spark.
And eudaimonic is like the steady glow.
You got it. And honestly, you need both.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They work together. You know those little sparks of hedonic happiness?
Mm-hmm.
They can actually fuel you to pursue bigger goals,
Oh, interesting.
which then leads to that eudaimonic happiness.
Wow. I like that. I'm already starting to think about, how I chase those little sparks
Yeah.
without really thinking about the bigger picture.
It's so easy to do.
So what I'm hearing is if I can tap into that deeper sense of meaning,
Yeah,
I'll probably find that more lasting happiness.
absolutely. And the cool thing is this source, it gives us a roadmap
Oh, really?
to build both types of happiness.
Okay. I'm definitely interested.
It all starts with understanding how our brains work.
The brain's in. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, so two key chemicals are at play here.
Okay.
Serotonin and dopamine.
All right, I've heard of those. What's the deal with serotonin?
Serotonin is often called the feel-good chemical.
Okay.
And for good reason, it regulates your mood, your sleep, even your appetite.
Really?
When your serotonin levels are balanced, you feel calmer, more content.
Hmm.
You're better able to handle life's ups and downs.
Interesting. So if someone's dealing with like anxiety or depression,
Right.
could that be connected to low serotonin?
Absolutely. It often is. Low serotonin is a big factor in mood disorders.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's why understanding this brain chemistry stuff is so important.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that.
It gives you the power to make choices
Uh-huh.
to support your mental well-being.
Okay, so we've got serotonin. Now what about dopamine?
Dopamine, that's all about motivation and pleasure.
Okay.
It's that rush of satisfaction you get when you achieve something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
checking something off your to-do list.
I like that feeling.
Right, or when you experience something pleasurable. It keeps us going.
So dopamine is what drives us towards our goals.
Yeah, it's the fuel in the tank.
But can we control that?
That's the cool part. The source says we can train our brains
Oh, wow.
and release more of these feel-good chemicals naturally.
So it's not about relying on external things.
Right.
It's about creating habits.
Exactly. Habits that create a sustainable sense of happiness.
From within.
Yeah.
I am officially on board with this. Tell me more about these habits.
All right, so the source outlines 8 science-backed habits.
8. Okay.
They're surprisingly simple, but super effective.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's hear them.
And the best part is you can start using them today.
Amazing. What's the first one?
First up is practicing kindness.
Kindness?
Yeah, and we're not talking about grand gestures here.
Okay.
Even little things like holding the door for someone,
Uh-huh.
giving a genuine compliment, or helping a friend out.
I see.
These can have a big impact on your happiness.
Okay, but how does being kind to others make me happier?
It's all about brain chemistry again.
Okay.
If your brain releases oxytocin,
Oxytocin.
it's sometimes called the love hormone. It creates those feelings of connection, trust, and belonging,
Okay.
which all contribute to happiness.
So it's not just about making other people feel good.
Right.
It's actually triggering a chemical reaction in my own brain.
Exactly. And it's not just oxytocin.
Yep.
Kindness also boosts serotonin and dopamine.
Whoa. So it's like a triple whammy of happiness. I'm starting to see how these little things can make such a difference.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
It's not just about being a good person. It's about rewiring your brain for happiness.
That's a great way to put it.
So what's the next habit on the list?
This one's all about spending time in nature.
Being outside.
Yeah. You know that feeling you get when you're surrounded by trees and fresh air?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I always feel so much more relaxed after a walk in the park.
Well, there's a scientific reason for that.
Right.
Studies show that being in nature lowers your cortisol levels.
Cortisol.
Yeah, that's the stress hormone.
Oh,
And at the same time, it increases serotonin and dopamine.
so it's like a double win.
Totally. It boosts your mood and reduces stress.
So it's not just a nice thing to do. It's actually essential for my mental health.
It really is. And the best part is it's accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
You don't need anything fancy. Just step outside.
So simple, yet so powerful.
That's the beauty of it.
Right. I'm definitely adding that to my list. What's next?
Okay, so the next habit is all about connection.
Connection.
Yeah, like building strong relationships.
You mean with friends and family?
Yeah, exactly. Partners, your community.
Makes sense. I mean, we're social creatures, right?
We are. And those connections, they're crucial for happiness.
But how so?
Well, when you feel loved and supported, it creates a sense of belonging, security, you know?
Okay.
That reduces stress, boosts your mood, even strengthens your immune system.
So like having good friends is actually good for my health.
It really is. And it's not just about having people around. It's about the quality of those connections.
Oh, I see.
Like really nurturing those relationships, making time for meaningful conversations, sharing experiences.
That makes me think about how often I let those things slip,
Yeah, it's easy to do.
especially when life gets busy.
Totally.
Definitely need to make more time for the people I care about.
I think we all do.
So what's the next habit?
Get ready to move your body because it's exercise.
Exercise.
Yep. But don't worry, we're not talking about running marathons.
Okay, good.
Even moderate exercise is enough, like brisk walking, dancing, yoga.
I know exercise is good for me physically,
Uh-huh.
but how does it boost happiness?
Remember endorphins?
Those mood boosters?
Exactly. Exercise gets those flowing. Plus, it releases dopamine and serotonin.
So that runner's high is a real thing.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely real. And it's not just about the immediate mood boost.
Okay.
Regular exercise also increases something called BDNF.
BDNF, what's that?
Think of it like fertilizer for your brain.
Okay.
It helps your brain cells grow,
Wow.
which is good for your memory, your cognitive function, everything.
So exercise is like a brain booster.
It is.
I'm convinced. What's the next habit?
This one's simple but powerful. Practicing gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah, taking time to appreciate the good things in your life.
I've heard of gratitude journals. Do those actually work?
They can. It's about shifting your focus. When you practice gratitude, you're training your brain to focus on the positive.
Instead of the negative?
Exactly. That reduces stress, boosts your mood, improves sleep.
So it's about seeing the glass half full.
You got it. And it goes even deeper. Research shows that gratitude can actually rewire your brain.
Rewire my brain. Wow.
Yeah, it leads to lasting changes in your outlook and behavior.
Okay, I'm starting to get this. It's not just about feeling thankful.
Right.
It's about training my brain to be more positive.
Exactly.
I like that. What's next?
This one's about setting and achieving goals.
Goals?
Yeah, but not those huge, overwhelming ones.
Okay.
Focus on setting small, achievable goals.
So even little things count.
They do. Remember dopamine, the reward chemical? Every time you achieve a goal, even a small one,
Yeah.
your brain releases dopamine,
Oh, interesting.
which makes you feel good and motivates you to keep going.
It's like a positive feedback loop.
Exactly.
I need to try that. What are the last two habits?
The last two are about training your mind. First up, mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Okay.
It's about being present in the moment without judgment.
I've tried meditation, but my mind always races.
Meditation is one way to practice mindfulness, but it's not the only way.
Oh, good.
You can be mindful during everyday activities,
Like what?
like eating, walking, showering, anything really.
How do I do that?
Engage all your senses. Pay attention to the experience. Don't let your mind wander.
So it's about slowing down and savoring the moment.
Exactly.
I could see how that would be helpful.
The more you practice, the better you'll get at managing stress and regulating your emotions.
Okay, I'm willing to try. What's the final habit?
This one's often overlooked. Getting enough sleep.
Sleep.
Yep. When you're well rested, you're better at everything.
I know I'm definitely grumpier when I don't get enough sleep.
We all are, but it goes deeper than that.
Oh,
Sleep is when your body and mind repair and rejuvenate.
I see.
When you're sleep deprived, you're more prone to stress, anxiety, even depression.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that important,
It really is. Enough sleep allows you to be your best self.
which leads to more happiness.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm sold on all 8 habits.
They're pretty amazing, right?
They are, but knowing is one thing, doing is another.
True. How do we actually make these habits stick?
Yeah, any tips?
The source suggests starting small.
Okay,
Don't try to do everything at once. Pick one habit and focus on it.
Like learning a new language, you start with the basics.
Exactly. Make it a non-negotiable part of your day.
Okay?
Like if you choose gratitude, write down 3 things you're grateful for every day.
I can do that.
Consistency is key. It's not about being perfect.
Just about making the effort.
Exactly. And create a routine. Figure out how to fit these habits into your schedule.
Make it a part of my daily life.
Yeah, like a morning walk or a gratitude practice before bed.
Make it automatic.
Right. And don't forget to celebrate your progress.
Oh, yeah. Celebrate those little wins.
It's easy to focus on what we haven't done yet.
Sure.
But acknowledging our progress is important
So
too.
you like that. So what about when I mess up?
It happens to everyone.
How do I stay motivated?
Be patient with yourself. It's a journey, not a race.
Okay.
There will be setbacks. It's about progress over time.
Progress over perfection. I like that.
It takes the pressure off.
It does. Now, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier.
Sure.
Manifestation.
Oh, yeah.
You said a positive mindset can help us attract good things.
Manifestation is about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions.
With what you want.
Exactly. Cultivating a positive mindset that believes in you.
Okay.
And the more you practice those happiness habits, the stronger that positive mindset becomes.
So it's not just wishful thinking.
No, it's about creating the right conditions for things to happen.
I see. Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's say you're looking for a new job.
Okay.
If you have a negative mindset,
Yeah.
you might focus on your fears, doubt your ability.
And miss opportunities.
Exactly. But if you have a positive mindset,
Uh-huh.
you're more likely to believe in yourself, go into interviews with confidence.
And attract the right opportunities.
Yes, because you're radiating positive energy.
Like attracts like.
Exactly. And it's not just about attracting good things.
Okay.
It's about how you handle challenges.
Okay.
When you're happy and well,
Yeah.
you're better equipped to deal with tough situations.
You can bounce back easier.
Exactly.
I'm realizing I need to shift my mindset.
It's a powerful shift.
It is. This has been so eye-opening.
I'm glad to hear that.
I feel like I have a whole new understanding of happiness.
That's what we're here for.
Now, I have one final question for you.
Okay.
If you had to choose just one of these habits, the one you think would have the biggest impact on your life right now,
That's a good question.
which one would it be? Yeah, that is a tough one to really think about which one would have the biggest impact.
It really makes me think about what's important right now.
If I had to choose just one, I think I'd go with spending time in nature.
Oh, that's a great choice. You know, there's something about being in nature.
Yeah.
It's like hitting the reset button. It's so grounding.
And with our busy lives, it's easy to forget about that.
It is. We get so caught up in everything else.
Exactly. Even just a few minutes outside can make a huge difference for me.
Me too. What about you? Which habit would you choose?
That's a tough one. They're all so important.
I know, right?
But if I had to pick just one, I think I'd focus on fostering connections.
Connections? That's a good one.
In today's world, it's so easy to get lost in our screens.
It is. We forget to actually connect with people.
And those face-to-face interactions, they're so important.
They are. You can't beat real human connection.
It reminds me that happiness isn't a solo mission.
Yeah.
It's something we build together.
Exactly. We need those relationships.
This whole deep dive has been so insightful.
It really has.
I feel like I have a whole new toolkit for happiness.
That's awesome to hear.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a question.
Okay.
If you had a magic wand and could instantly master one of these habits,
Ooh, I like this.
which one would you choose and why?
That is a great question. It makes you really think about what matters most.
It does. There's no right or wrong answer.
Nope. It's all about what works for you.
The important thing is that you're taking steps towards happiness.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
This has been such a great conversation. I feel so inspired.
Me too. It's been a pleasure.
I'm ready to embrace this happiness journey.
Yes, and remember, happiness is a journey, not a destination.
Well said. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the science of happiness.
It's been fun.
We hope you learned something new, and until next time, keep choosing happiness.